If there are any advanced drummers watching right now, first of all, I don't know why you clicked on this title, because it clearly says rookie. But if you are here just to check it out, welcome. But this video is all about beginners. Today we're going to talk about the 5 most common rookie mistakes that I see a lot of beginner drummers doing. And I'm going to show you what they are, and then I'm going to tell you how to fix them. Now, before we get to today's video, just want to take a couple seconds and tell you about our sponsor. Today's video is sponsored by me. I don't know if you knew this yet, but I got the coolest drum merch in town. And today, I just want to announce that Black Friday is coming up, Christmas is coming up. We're going to lump them both in one big old sale. The merch store has been growing like crazy over the last year and a half. We got all kinds of stuff in there. We got t-shirts, we got hoodies, we got neck gaiters. These are new. Keep your face warm while you're out there doing your thing. Bunch of different colors they come in. That's upside down. Looks like this. Make sure you visit the merch shop, man. Take a browse through, pick out something inspiring either for yourself or for a drummer that you know this Christmas. We also have mugs in there. Hit the link in the description box. That'll take you right over to the shop. Take a browse through. Just type in the discount code SALE 2020 at checkout and you'll get 15% off your order. So I taught privately for a long time back in the day, and I used to get a lot of beginner students, and there were quite a few common problems that I would see almost 97% of beginner drummers do. So today, I want to talk about those. If you're new to the instrument, I'm going to show you these now so you don't have to unlearn any bad habits later. So let's get right into them. Rookie mistake number 1, unfavorable kit setup. Okay? I want to use the word unfavorable instead of wrong because I don't want you to get the implication that there's only one way to set your kit up, but there is a smart way to set up your kit ergonomically, regardless of how short or how tall you are. Now, I got a whole video dedicated to kit setup. I'll link that at the end of this video so you can set it up. But a lot of beginner drummers, man, not to their fault, because they just haven't been shown the right way, but their kit setups are a little wacky and they need to be corrected. They got all kinds of, their toms are at weird angles, and they got this whole, the whole Mickey Mouse ear setup thing when they got the heads on these weird steep angles, and they're sitting too low and the snare is too high, and this is here and this is there, whatever. If you start to get into that habit early, you're going to keep doing it. There's a good chance that you may develop some injuries later because your kit is not set up so that you can move naturally. Now, if you take a look at my kit here, you notice I got a lot of stuff here, got a lot of stuff on my kit, but it's nice and compact. I don't have to work to hit anything. So, quick tips for you beginners that want to learn how to set your kit up correctly. First things first, starts with the throne, all right? Everything starts with how you're seated. If you think about it, the first time you step into a car that's not yours, it's the first thing you do. You adjust the seat, you move the wheel and blah, blah, blah. You want to make sure that you're comfortable and you can reach everything so that you're comfortable before you even start the car up. Your kit should fit you like a nice Italian leather coat. So here's what you do. Start with the throne. Make sure that your legs, your thighs are in a sort of slight angle, pointing downward. The top of your snare should be in and around here, like your navel area. Once you get that set up, everything else gets set up according to where this is, all right? Your hi-hats are next. You can set your hi-hat up to around, I don't know how many inches that is, but you don't want to set your hi-hat too high or too low from the top of your snare. So you could just measure that distance like that. And if you want, just go to use that general area to set up your hi-hat. Your toms, floor tom. Floor tom is generally right in line with the top of your snare. So you can take a stick, lay it right across, and it'll be perfectly straight. And then your rack toms, whether you got one or whether you got two of them, set at a comfortable little angle according to where your snare is, according to where your floor tom is, so you can easily get around your drums without working too hard. And then your cymbals, as you can see from my cymbals here, the highest cymbal I got here, which is this guy here, is about shoulder height. Nothing is above shoulder height. Keep all of those things in mind. Your kit will be set up perfectly for you to get around it. Rookie mistake number 2, I see a lot of beginner drummers playing their kick drum pedal heel down or flat-footed. I want you to get used to raising your heel off the pedal, maybe an inch and a half or so. The problem when beginners play heel down is that you get 0 volume. I used to be sitting right beside new drummers and they'd launch into a beat and I could barely hear the kick drum. Because number 1, they're not seated correctly behind the kit, like I mentioned before. Number 2, they're barely just kind of tapping their toes and they're hardly making any contact with the head. Get used to using the full weight of your leg when you play your kick drum, okay? You're gonna get way more power that way. Kind of like this, right? Ball of your feet is gonna be somewhere around midpoint, and just use the whole weight of your leg to push down on that pedal. You get all the power that you need. And then the other thing too is that later on down the line, you wanna be able to learn the proper techniques for playing doubles, if you wanna learn the heel toe thing or the slidey thing or whatever. You wanna be able to learn all of that stuff. So if you get used to the idea of playing flat-footed all the time, then you're missing out on a lot of technique. Rookie mistake number 3. This is one that I used to see quite often with beginner drummers, and this is kind of almost the opposite of what I just talked about with the kick drum foot. This has to do with the hi-hat. I see a lot of beginner drummers use their whole leg to open the hi-hat, right? So if you're launching into some kind of groove and there's an open hat accent, they use their whole leg to open it. You know, and they end up just kind of rocking like Ray Charles. When you're opening your hi-hat for hi-hat accents, it only really has to open like that much. And that you can do just by lifting your toes just like that, right? So you don't have to use your entire leg to do it. Just take your toes up just that much, and that'll get the job done. The other problem with using your whole leg, aside from it looking a little funny, is that you don't get any control, man. There's like no control if you're doing that. So once you start getting used to opening the hats just like that, then you can get some really cool rhythms happening and all of that kind of stuff. But just, yeah, try to avoid doing the whole Ray Charles thing. Rookie mistake number 4. I don't know why this is number 4, actually. I should have started with this one, because this is probably the most important one. But improper grip. And this is no fault to the beginner drummer, all right? Because there's no way that a beginner is gonna know that there's a whole lot of mechanics going on when it comes to proper grip, right? Because generally, you just pick up a stick and start playing without really giving much thought to what's going on here. But I do see a lot of bad habits with beginner drummers where, you know, there's a lot of this stuff going on, and then, you know, they end up playing like this, and it just looks weird and awkward, and they can't get around the drums, especially with the whole Mickey Mouse thing going on there. And it's kind of a mess and takes a little bit of cleaning up to do. So my advice to any beginner drummer, all right, before you even get a set of drums in front of you, invest in one of these, all right? I can guarantee you, if you spend 6 months on a practice pad before you get a set of drums, by the time you do get a set of drums in front of you, you're going to be that much further ahead. And rookie mistake number 5, but certainly not the last one. A lot of new drummers suffer from what I call the stanky arm. And the stanky arm is this right here, right? So they're holding the sticks, and it just kind of looks like they forgot to put on deodorant and they're airing out their armpits or something. So you see them, and then, you know, they got this whole thing going on, and they're trying to move around the drums like that, and it's just kind of not cool. I mean, there's a lot of reasons why you should fix this. One of them being that you can't properly hit your cymbals if you're out here like this, right? You can't approach your cymbals the right way for any kind of dynamics. A lot of beginner drummers sort of hit the cymbals with the tip of the stick like this. You can't get any volume out of them like that, right? So try to avoid the whole stanky arm thing. Get used to being comfortable on the kit, because there's no way you're going to play like this and tell me you're comfortable, because I'm not going to believe it. So one way to fix this, if you got 2 pairs of sticks in the house, perfect. Grab one of them. This is going to teach you to relax on the drums, all right? Just take an extra pair of sticks, boom, stick them under your arms like this. And when you go to practice your grooves and your fills and stuff, keep the sticks under your arms like this. You'll be surprised at how fast that will fix the stanky arm thing. And it's really just a muscle memory thing. You're just sort of training your arms to stay relaxed, right? Because if you stick it out too far, stick's gonna fall out. So that's a good way to get used to training yourself to just sort of stay centered, stay relaxed, keep your arms nice and relaxed, your elbows tucked in. Because trust me, you can do everything that you want to do on the drums just from right here. Just remember that the key to sounding smooth on the drums 100% of the time is making sure that you're relaxed 100% of the time. And all of these 5 tips that I shared with you today will ensure that you will stay relaxed 100% of the time. So the earlier you learn this stuff, you know, just learn it so that you can forget it. That's the whole thing. You don't want to have to unlearn any bad habits down the line. So these are 5 common rookie mistakes that I could think of. Maybe you can think of some yourself. If you can, if you're one of the more advanced drummers out there, you want to help out the youngins and the newbies, drop a comment below. We're all here to help each other out, right? Right. So that's it for me, man. I'm out. New viewers, new subscribers, welcome to the channel. Make sure you hit that notification bell so you know when the next video is coming out. There is the subscribe button right there. If you didn't already, hit it. Mash that before you bounce. Thanks for watching this video. Share it if you dig it. Like, subscribe. See you next video.